As far back as I can remember, childhood, I was always one that had airplanes in my presence almost at all time. I just loved them. And I think where it honestly comes from is my birth father, Philip Biondo, was an incredible engineer and loved aviation as well, built models for me. I lost him at age 7, which is very young to lose your father. For me, it just carried on from the time that I could begin to put things together, and I started building models at a very early age. I was building another model at the time, and I got a hold of this other gentleman and I said, hey, I'm building a Stearman and I know you have a real one. Would I be able to come over and photograph and document it? And he said, oh, sure. Come over, you can meet my friend. His name's Don Grundstrom. Just come on over. So I went out to Davenport Airport and got to meet Don, and immediately we hit it off because he knew he just sensed my love and passion of aviation. Once we connected, and he found out my background as an industrial designer, he was enamored by that, and I was enamored by him. Mainly because he just had this air of guidance. It was just a very comforting thing. He was like a father figure. And for me, having lost my birth father so young and meeting this gentleman, you know, who was a quintessential aviator and very successful in business, that was our connection and communication together. One of the things about Don is everything he did with a passion and a vigor, unlike any person I've ever met in my life. He was in an elite radio communications group and helped to liberate the Philippines in World War II. He was really good at leading. He was an incredible leader. The interesting part about Don is his passion for aviation started very early. However, he didn't learn to fly until he was 50 years old. So the Red Baron, the reason why it is so special, it's a couple things really. And this particular one that he purchased was a part of a large team that the Schwanz Corporation, obviously Red Baron Pizza, owned. So these airplanes are known nationwide, really honestly worldwide. All the airplanes were sold off. There were only 2 that they left in full color and markings from the Red Baron squadron. And so Don got a chance early in 2012 to actually ride in the other Red Baron, and immediately after that we went on a run to try to find this other airplane that was in existence. We ended up finding it. The plane was flown in to Davenport, and Don did the business deal, and of course a couple of us were climbing all over the airplane looking at it, and I immediately fell in love with this thing. I get done and I come down off the airplane and I walked over to the hangar, and Don walks out and he's carrying a headset and the helmet, and he says, here. And I said, what do you want me to do with this? And he said, you're going up. I said, there's no way I'm going up. You just spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to get this. It's your airplane. He said, young man, I've waited this long. He said, what I say goes, and you're going up in it first. So climbed in it with the other pilot and flew, and we flipped that thing upside down, did all kinds of aerobatic, and I was hooked hard. So it was a short time after that that I realized, you know, with my modeling skills, I'm going to replicate this thing. I just have to. So I started on that. It took me 3.5 years and over 3,600 hours to replicate this airplane. My hope was that he would be able to see it through all the way to the end. Unfortunately, he got sick. He was 94 at that point, and had he still been living, the airplane would have been his. You know, I would have given it to him. I just appreciate kind of looking back on the whole experience as it was life-changing for me. I just wanted people to recognize and appreciate what a genuine and generous person that Don Grundstrom really was. Having not, been so young when my father died, and not really experiencing that, this was like a culmination of that. Enjoy the time that you have with people. You can learn anything from anyone at any time. And when I met Don, I learned a lot from him. He literally changed my life, and he changed my life for the good and made me very aware of what my abilities were, having confidence in the things that you believe in, and just standing for that. And I think it was that singular thing that drove me to make sure to be there for him and with him all the way up until the time that he left us in 2017.